Hey everybody, this is Dave Foster. This is a little thing I call the in-between. It's the time in between the first and second service here at the gathering. I just thought it'd be a great time, a little downtime, to kind of give you my random thoughts and ideas about, what it's like to be a pastor, church planting pastor, moving in a movie theater. Here I am in the manager's office. And this is a pretty exciting time. The gathering's doing great. We've just finished our second year here in the Cool Springs area of Nashville. This is my second church to plant, and it's interesting. A lot of what happened the first one is happening in the second one. In terms of process, that's really what I want to talk about, is process. In starting anything, whether it's a church, it's a company, hey, getting married, having kids, any endeavor in life has a process along which it proceeds. And we have an idea that somehow if we had a really super fine, well-honed process, then the endeavor would proceed along the process faster. So here's what I want to say. You can't hurry up the proceedings by trying to ratchet up the procedure. The process along which anything grows is like the farm, not the factory. We have the idea in church planting or in starting businesses that we can, put them on an assembly line, and A goes to B, B connects to C, C connects to D, D connects to, you know the story. And all we got to do is either put more lines or speed up those lines to increase the output of widgets. But life isn't that way. Planting churches is not that way. Growing a marriage is not that way. Growing a business, it proceeds along the law of the farm, not the law of the factory. The law of the farm is planting, sowing, watering, fertilizing, weeding, and then allowing it to grow. There is the spring for planting, summer for plowing, fall for harvesting, winter for preparation. And here's the interesting thing I found, that in each organization, each tribe, each movement, that's what we like to call a gathering, a movement that exists to help connect people to God and each other for the purpose of changing the world, is that you can have multiple seasons going on in different parts of your movement. So not everything is at spring, not everything is at summer, not everything is at fall, not everything. So the great thing is not everything is dormant. Some fruitful, some you have to wait a while. So here's my little input to those of you who are out there starting anything. Be careful that you don't get frustrated with the process of sowing, planting, reaping. Okay? Let the process have its way in maturing the outcome. The proceedings will proceed along the laws of the farm, not the law of the factory. And the more you try to hurry it, the more damaged and diseased it will become. Hey, just an idea. Think about it. Here's another thing. We'll talk about this maybe sometime. I believe that it takes 3 years to establish anything. Not start it, not begin it, not even see fruit, but to establish it. We're talking about some other time in an in-between video about what it takes to establish in that 3-year window. But just take this to heart. If you're frustrated about the process proceeding to the fruit, then be patient. Work the process. If the process is damaged, replace it. The soil, if you're not weeding or feeding the soil, whatever the law of the farm would tell you to do in the process, change it. You'll be glad you did. Hey, this is David Foster. This is the In-Between.